What do you want? What's so funny?
That's what the other guy said.
Who's the other guy?
The guy who was driving that car back there. The guy who picked me up before you did.
Was that him in the car?
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Didn't walk very far.
Why is that?
Because I cut off his legs. And his arms.
And his head. And I'm gonna do the same to you.
I told you I had a winner for today. Welcome to episode 5. And to all the patrons who donated $15 or more, I hope you enjoyed episode 2. You should already have seen it by now. See, I can make some pretty cool videos when I don't have to worry about content ID claims. Today's classic horror movie damsel in distress scene we have from 1986, The Hitcher, one of my all-time favorite horror movies, starring Rutger Hauer and C. Thomas Howell. And for our starlet today, we have Jennifer Jason Leigh, who was a big thing back in the 80s. This movie, let me tell you a story about this movie. My uncle gave me this film to watch when I was a young kid. And man, this movie, if you've never seen this movie, well, if you saw that opening scene, I mean, Rutger Hauer is one sick psycho in this movie. I mean, it is, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty unrealistic what all he gets away with and just how he manages to be everywhere and just turn this kid's life upside down. I mean, if you've never seen this movie, you got to see it. And like I said, there's no, I mean, I'm giving credit to HBO, and I think it's TriStar, who made the film, but there's no copyright claim on this film. I mean, you can't even buy it on YouTube. There's like 3 different people that have uploaded the full version. I mean, you can see that on the right side. And this scene itself has been uploaded before. It's called Person Verse, or How to Stop a 18-wheeler or something, or What Would You Do? I don't know. There's a scene. This has been played, but none of our favorite uploaders have this scene. So you can check this movie out for free. I mean, I would give it a watch. It's awesome. I mean, this guy is so sick. At one point, he actually manages to sneak into a restaurant and stick some cut-off fingers into this kid's food. Yeah, pretty sick, huh? So, I mean, this scene here is just a classic, too. I mean, we see Jennifer Jason Leigh snatched out of the motel room. And then, like I said, it's a little bit unrealistic because within a matter of minutes, while he's in the shower, this guy, Rutger Hauer, has managed to take her out of the motel room, drag her across his truck stop, get her all tied up to these 2 different semi-trucks, and there's like 10,000 cops surrounding the area. So all this happened within a matter of minutes of this guy being in the shower, which is a little bit of a stretch. But this scene and this movie are just, they're awesome. So now you can go ahead and check this scene out. Because I don't have to worry about the content ID claims, I got a little more footage for you today. So, and some clips next week also will have that. I mean, if it's a big blockbuster production, you know, anything that they're selling on DVD any real movie in the United States, not a Lifetime movie or something like that. If it's a full-on theatrical release, there's probably going to be a content claim on it. In that case, as with Universal Soldier, Showdown in Little Tokyo, and The Crow, I can't do very much with the scenes. This is all under fair use, obviously, but you put an X amount of clip into the video, and before the video's published, when it's done processing, the computer is going to check and find the content ID match, in which case I lose rights to the video even though it's my original creation. So I have to be careful with content ID claims under bigger titles, but fortunately for all of us, the Hitcher seems to be in the public domain, so take a look.
Why don't you do something? Fucking do something! Hey! Follow it! Do something! If we shoot him, his blood's gonna come off that clutch and that truck is gonna roll. Now you get in there and you see what you can do.
She's sweet.
The gun is loaded. Go for it. Go ahead, pick it up.
Tell you what, I'll let you hold the gun on me before I do anything.
Look at you. Yeah.
Sure. So what?
Pick up the gun.
Put it in my face. Right there. That's good.
You know what to do. Now do it.
Squeeze the trigger. She'll die.
God.
You useless waste.
And unfortunately, this beauty meets a grisly demise at the hands of the psycho, John Ryder. Now, The Hitcher, like I said, you got to see this movie. There was a not so good remake that came out about 10 years ago. where I believe actually it's a guy in her place in that scene. It's been reversed because the main character is a girl. There was a sequel to this movie actually with C. Thomas Howell and Carrie Wurr from Sliders, one of my favorite beauties. Also, Jake Busey plays the Hitcher in that movie, and he's pretty psycho himself. He was pretty good in The Frighteners as Johnny Bartlett. He plays the role pretty good. I mean, it's not a bad film. I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to watch it, but it's not as good as this one. There's nobody. Rutger Hauer in this movie is just incredible psychopath. I've even heard claims as far as that people think that Heath Ledger modeled his Joker after him a little bit in The Dark Knight, which I don't know. That may be a little bit of a stretch, but if you've ever seen this movie, he's pretty sick. He's a sick puppy. So that is all. Subscribe down there, like down there. Part 2 for all the non-patrons are coming tomorrow. Is coming tomorrow. We still need your help. If you haven't signed up for that, we really need it to continue to grow the project, the show. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week. Oh, I told you I would tell you the theme the week prior. I'm not 100% if I can do next week's theme or not yet, because I'm trying to acquire enough footage. What I would need to do it's actually the theme. Well, first of all, it's pretty much nobody has. There's only one of the scenes out there of the 4 I want to do that anybody has uploaded, and you've probably never seen it. The other 2 of them I know for sure you haven't seen. It's actually it would be an actress themed week. I'm not going to spoil who it is. It's one of my favorites. I actually thought she had 0 scenes. Turns out she has 4. So if I can get my hands, I have 1 DVD coming. If I can get my hands on the other scene that I need, I have 3 of the 4. I will have 3 of the 4. If I can get my hands on the other one, then we'll do it next week. Regardless, they're all going to be scenes you haven't seen before. I hope I can get that pulled off. If not, I'm going to have to go another route. Not that it's going to be that hard, because I got tons of footage. Tons of stuff you haven't seen, too. So, see you next week.